Well, enough for me buying some stuff. Before I get to my Amazon order, I got 3 different Blu-ray movies I have to share you with. And that is these 3. The Man Who Stared at Goats, Shutter Island, and Secretariat. Now, why did I look like I have bootleg cases and covers? Well, it's because I bought them $5 a piece at the Dollar General store, and they only came in discs like this. It was a crappy slip case, and I just found, and what was even more awesome about it, they were genuine Blu-rays, not the crappy rental editions where they have no extras. I mean, they were genuine Blu-ray movies. I mean, I thought this movie right here, Shutter Island, was bare bones, but it's got a couple of featurettes. Not a lot, but a lot more than I expected. And this movie, Secretariat, is about this legendary horse who wins a Triple Crown. The Kentucky Derby. And what's the other one? I know one of them's Breeders' Cup. And then I don't know. It's a Triple Crown winner. It's a freaking legendary horse. I got a hell of a deal for these. And as you can see, I printed out covers because they didn't have actual cases. But these are genuine Blu-ray movies. Now on to the Amazon stuff. I got this movie from my mother called Jumpin' Jack Flash, and it's a comedy. The only thing that really sucks about this Blu-ray is it's completely bare bones. There's not even a freaking menu. There's not even... What the fuck were they thinking with that? I mean, there's no extras, no screen selection, nothing. But aside from that, the video quality looks good and sounds nice. But I recommend this movie, but only if you can find it cheap. Because if you spend like $15 on it, you're going to feel ripped off. Especially without the lack of extras. Speaking of extras, I finally got the 3D collector's edition of Pirates of the Caribbean at Stranger Tides. And it took me a while for me to get this because it was expensive. But I found it on Amazon for like $17 and I had to go for it. It was worth it just to get an extra disc though. I have yet to see this movie, but I heard good things. Anyway, I only seen the first 2. I still need to watch the 3rd one to get what the hell's going on. The only thing I know about is Captain Barbossa came back as a regular human being and not a zombie in the 2nd one. I need to watch these movies. Last Blu-ray I got is Judge Dredd reboot called Dredd. And as you can see, not only this is the standard Blu-ray, but it's also a Blu-ray 3D disc. Which means it's got both the 2D and 3D versions on the same disc. It's pretty mind-boggling considering how much they had to compress, and there is some special features on it. Also, I think it switches automatically, and there's no way to manually transfer it, and that's kind of odd, but I heard this movie's awesome. My brother and my nephew saw it, and their heads were blown away. They were mind blown. I'm looking forward to watching this movie one day. Now, the next few things I got are DVDs. That's, first time I bought DVDs in a long time, but they're good ones. I got the first 2 seasons of that cult show, Community, which, as you can see, it was renewed by NBC. Thank God. And as you also see, that's Leslie Chow from the Hangover movies. That's right, Ken Jeong. And he's funny on this show. And what's cool about the second season of this show is they got a Christmas episode that's completely stop motion animated, and you can barely see that on the back. I'm looking forward to watching these more because it's a funny show. I'm just glad I got these on DVD. I wish they were Blu-ray though. There was no Blu-ray version, sadly. That's why they're only DVD. But I'm glad I got those. The big DVD box that I got, which was a whopping $20, was Daria, the complete animated series. It's got every single episode ever made, even the 2 movies that they aired, which I think is awesome. It's even got the original pilot episode. It's got the Daria Day intros, the top 10 video countdown hosted by Daria and Jane, and cast and crew interviewed. This box is just awesome. It looks like a VHS case, actually. But look how many discs it holds. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. A whopping 8 disc set. It only cost $20. And the only downside is the soundtrack had to be altered due to music and licensing issues. But if you get over that, this is a strong animated set. It's held up quite well. It's still very funny. It's definitely not as vulgar as Beavis and Butthead, but it's still funny as hell. I highly recommend it. Last but not least, I got this awesome kick-ass book, The History of Sonic the Hedgehog. And this book retailed for a whopping $50, but I got it for around $30 on Amazon. And it is completely beautiful. It's almost on the level of Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia. Not quite on that level, but almost. But there's some amazing stuff. There's even a history of Sega itself in that book. And here's the Sega Saturn out there for you fanboys. I know the system did poorly in Europe and US, but it was quite a hit in Japan. That's all I've heard. Kind of wish I had Saturn. And I did play this system, the Sega Dreamcast. Still think one of the best games on it was the original Soul Calibur. And I suppose Sonic the Adventure was the second best. I know a lot of people don't care about that game now, since it's dated, but it was an awesome game for its day. I mean, this is an amazing book. It's even got character profiles, history of the games itself, and I love that little rabbit Cream and this character Blaze. She looks like a badass pretty cat. But who the fuck cares about this character? These freaking bird characters, Jet the Hawk. Who the fuck cares about him? I can care about the other characters because they're cute, but who gives a fuck about him? This book's pretty awesome, though. I highly recommend it. Especially if you're trying to collect video game books as I am. I recently got the Hyrule Historia last month, and that book is, incredible. This book, not as incredible as Hyrule Historia, but I will recommend it. Especially if you're a Sega fan and a hardcore Sonic fan. This book is a must. That's the stuff I got this month. Till next time, bitches. Oh, and CBS, you're next.